तो ये हम लोग पहुंच चुके हॉगवर्ट्स के हॉल में।
Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no
टाइम पे पहुंच गए
expert,
बिल्कुल।
but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket
काश
as
ऐसा
soon as I
जादू मेरे
can,
को भी
but
आता।
first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you.
अच्छा
Ready for the sorting ceremony?
तो sorting ceremony भी ख़त्म हो ही गई थी और हम आ चुके हैं।
Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig,
तो ये
nice
है
of you to join
हेडमास्टर।
us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem
Enough.
has...
तो डांट रहा है इसको।
Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky,
तो डांट रहा है
we
इसको।
might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
चलते हैं भाई, तो बड़ा ही खड़ूस है। तो हम अकेले ही बचे हैं लगता है, इसकी सेरेमनी होना बाकी है।
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
जल्दी हमें बैठना चाहिए कुर्सी पे और बोलती टोपी हमारे सर के ऊपर रखी जाएगी।
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
अच्छा
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors
करना बहुत
have a
पसंद है
great
हमको।
deal to teach you as well. I wonder.
तो इसको कुछ हमारे अंदर
I
डिटेक्ट हुआ है।
detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
मुझे क्या पता। लॉयल्टी, क्यूरियोसिटी, एम्बिशन,
A sense of adventure? I like to think that I'm not afraid of anything.
Oh, but you're brave
look,
at heart.
brave and brave.
Exceptionally daring. Undaunted by the unknown. Willing to forge ahead alone when you must. Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
ग्रिफिंडोर तो मूवी के अंदर बहुत देखा है। हम लोग को नाग शक्ति लेंगे। स्लिदरिन।
I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
स्लिदरिन ही लेंगे।
You belong in Slytherin!
तो हमें नाग शक्ति में चल रहे हैं। मूवी के अंदर वैसे नाग शक्ति तो आसान लगता है, पर हमने ले ले गेम के अंदर देखते क्या क्या चेंजेस हमें आएंगे। हम लोग ऑफिशियली नाग शक्ति के अंदर आ चुके हैं। ओ वाओ, सब लोग खुश हैं।
Oh, and one
क्या
more
बात है?
thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
कोडिच निकला जाएगा।
Enough!
अबे
It's
यार।
not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
अरे कितना घूसट है।
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir.
रूम
As
दिखाओ
I
भाई।
was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
ये है
Nice to
प्रोफेसर
meet you as well,
वीजली।
Professor.
As Deputy
आपसे मिलके
Headmistress,
भी
it is
खुशी
my
हुई।
distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
तो हमको कॉमन रूम हमारा दिखाएंगे ये मिस्टर प्रोफेसर वीजली।
It's quite uncommon for a
Mrs.
student to
Professor
begin as a
Weasley.
fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure
सीधा
you're
ही
up
फिफ्थ क्लास से
for.
चालू करा है हमने।
I can be quite
क्या
resourceful.
ही हमारा
I
कैरेक्टर है,
suspected as much.
अजीब।
This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
करेक्ट पासवर्ड बोलना
Very well.
पड़ेगा। एस्पिरेशन।
Aspiration.
ओए इतना बड़ा सांप।
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're
तो
welcome.
हम चलते हैं
I
अंदर।
hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
तो हमारी जो है रात पूरी हो चुकी है और दिन निकल आया है। काफ़ी अच्छा मौसम है और हमारा पहला दिन स्कूल का। हमने अच्छे से कपड़े पहन लिए हैं।
Looks
और
like
चलो
everyone's
चलते
gone.
हैं।
Better head to the common room.
तो ये है स्लिदरिन या नाग शक्ति का कॉमन रूम। हम लोग यहाँ पे सोते हैं और चलो नीचे चल के देखते हैं क्या हो रहा है वहाँ पे। सब लोग कहाँ गए? अरे सामने क्या है? सामने भी कमरे हैं किसी के। हमने एक सेब खा लिया है। पीछे क्या है देख के आते हैं। काफ़ी बड़ा रूम है या हॉल है या कॉमन रूम, इसको हम लोग बोल सकते हैं। तो हम लोग आ
I
चुके हैं
suppose some
स्लिदरिन
introductions are in order.
या नाग शक्ति के कॉमन रूम के अंदर। तो चलो
Already knew
इस
that.
लड़के से बात करते हैं।
Can I help you? Ah,
हाँ
you're the
भाई।
new fifth year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone
Sebastian
has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
तो वो जो है मर गया।
Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
Indeed. And how did you escape?
It's all still a
तो
bit of a
करना
blur, to
भाई।
be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
ठीक है, बाद में करेंगे बात।
What book were you reading?
A spell
तो
book I
रीड
picked
क्या
up.
कर रहा था?
Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
अच्छा, ये कह रहा है कि कुछ जादू ऐसे भी है जो टेक्स्ट बुक के अंदर नहीं मिलते।
Are you saying
उससे पता
some
करते हैं।
spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a
कौन से भाई?
kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
ओके, ठीक है।
I wouldn't do that if
दूसरे
I
लोगों
were
से
you.
बात करते हैं।
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn
तो
you.
ये चेस खेल रहे हैं।
Checkmate. Told you. You should have
तो
listened to
भाई
me.
इससे बात करनी है।
Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig.
Imelda.
I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
अच्छा भाई अपनी तारीफ करती रहे.
We handled it. And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
वही तो
Not the way I
आपको
fly.
ज़्यादा समझ रही है.
Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Okay भाई जा भाई.
Do you have a lot of time to
तुम
fly
ज़्यादा
during
उड़ती हो.
school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the
बनाना
castle
पड़ता
and
है.
around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
चलो भाई.
Nice meeting you.
मेल्डा अपनी झाड़ू उड़ा जाके. अब हम इससे बात करते हैं. ओमिनस.
I think I heard one.
पर क्या?
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you
Ominous
certainly had a memorable arrival.
I'd much rather have arrived on time and without a dragon attack en route.
I'm sure. How horrible. I can only imagine.
ड्रैगन अटैक है. इसकी आंखें
It's
कैसी हैं?
good to
हम
have
तो
you in
नहीं है.
Slytherin. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here.
Okay.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of,
अच्छा.
mind you. He was obsessed with blood status. A pure blood maniac.
प्योर ब्लड है. इसके
Unfortunately, most of
इसीलिए
his
इस
descendants do
स्लिदरिन
not
के
fall
अंदर आ
far
गया.
from that tree.
Thank you, Ominous.
तो चलिए इससे
Very
बात
nice to meet
करके भी
you.
बहुत अच्छा
Pleasure
लगा.
was all mine. Don't be a
चलते हैं.
stranger.
Okay.
It's the new 5th
चलो
year
सबसे
Slytherin
बात
in
कर
here.
लिया हमने.
Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
प्रोफेसर वीजली आंटी. चलिए चलते हैं. जल्दी जल्दी चलते हैं. क्यों बुला रही है आंटी जी हमें?
Good
प्रोफेसर आंटी
morning.
नहीं
I
बोलेगी.
trust you're ready for your first
प्रोफेसर
day at
वीजली क्यों
Hogwarts.
बुला रही है
I've been
हमको?
dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are
पर
here.
अभी तो है.
Make the most of it. You only have
वही
one
बात
first
इसने बोल दी.
day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls.
Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much
Owls, क्या नाम
discussion
है?
with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've
अच्छा.
devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
तो हमें कुछ
Here you
दिया
are.
है इनने, जैसे कि हमें आसानी हो कवर अप करने की. कवर अप करने में आसानी हो इसलिए हमको ये बुक दी है.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be
अच्छा.
wise to take
मैं ऐसी
full
बुक दी है जिससे कि
advantage
हम
of
लोग
this exceptionally
मास्टर कर सके
valuable
अपनी
resource.
5th ईयर वाली एकेडमी को कम समय के अंदर. थैंक यू
Thank you,
प्रोफेसर
Professor.
वीजली.
What do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me.
तो हमें करना पड़ेगा सीखने के लिए.
This way.
पहले देखिए यहाँ पे एक
I certainly
Dot
would have
बना रहा है.
appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also
तो हम
train you
चलते
to
हैं
be
इनके
alert
पीछे
to your
पीछे.
surroundings.
तो चलिए जल्दी जल्दी हम लोग
The
चलते
guide will give
हैं.
you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what
Revelio.
details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
तो हमें ये रिवेलो करके ये एक कागज मिल गया है। हमें इससे जो है ऐसी कुछ कागज इकट्ठे करने हैं जिससे हमें पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे और हमारा चैलेंज लेवल जो है कंप्लीट होगा। फील्ड गाइड एक गाइड है, उसको पूरा करना है।
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Lumos.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
तो हमें सेंट्रल हॉल जगह है जहाँ पे एक ऐसी फ्लू फ्लेम जल रही है जहाँ पे हम लोग काफ़ी जल्दी पहुँच सकते हैं। ग्रेट हॉल, क्या ये है ग्रेट हॉल? अच्छा, हमें देखना है कहाँ कहाँ में फ्लू फ्लेम्स दिख रही है।
And here, quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
तो हम जो है सेंट्रल हॉल पहुंच चुके हैं जहाँ से हम लोग किसी भी जगह पे जल्दी और एफिशिएंटली पहुंच सकते हैं।
You'll be expected to
हमारी
attend both charms and defense
एनर्जी जो
against
है
the dark
बचेगी।
arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Charms, what
Can you tell
exactly
me
is
more about the defense
dark
against
arts?
the dark arts class?
क्या है?
Defense against the dark arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of defense against the dark arts is required for those who aspire to become aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
तो डार्क आर्ट्स से डिफेंस के लिए ये चैप्टर है, ये जो सब्जेक्ट हमें पढ़ा जाएगा। तो हम
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
चलिए इनको थैंक यू बोल के अपनी क्लास को अटेंड करते हैं।
And you have much to learn. Happily,
Thank you,
your professors
Professor.
have agreed to create a
चलो अब हमको आपसे बात नहीं करनी।
I'm sorry.
Professor Fig.
प्रोफेसर फिग,
Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor.
Well,
इसने
I'm
हमको
just glad
सिखा
you
दिया,
both arrived in
वो
one
भी
piece.
इतनी जल्दी
Perfectly good boats and
हमने ना कोई
carriages to
वो लिया,
Hogwarts, and you chose to
ना
fly
हमने
in the path of a dragon.
कुछ सीखा ना
I wouldn't
कुछ,
say
हमने
I
ऐसे
chose
सीख
the
लिया इससे।
dragon's
इसके लिए
path,
मोस्ट और
Professor.
बेसिक कास्ट दोनों।
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
सिखाओ जल्दी।
Good luck today. And remember to use your... Ah,
Yes.
चलो चलो।
It's good to see you, Professor.
स्किप करते हैं, हमें अपनी क्लास में जाना है।
The map is enchanted to help you find.
This will be.
चलिए जल्दी जल्दी चलते हैं। डार्क क्लास से डिफेंस की क्लास, इसको जल्दी ट्रैक करते हैं और चलते हैं। तो ये हम आ चुके हैं यहाँ पे। जल्दी जल्दी हम लोग क्लास के अंदर चलते हैं। ओ ऊपर जाना है। तो पहुंच चुके हैं डिफेंस अगेंस्ट द डार्क आर्ट्स वाली क्लास के अंदर। यहाँ पे तो पहले से लड़ाई चल रही है। और ये तो वही है, सेबेस्टियन।
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now,
ये है
you may
प्रोफेसर
be
ही
asking
कैट।
yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it.
क्या बात है, सब लोग अपनी तारीफ करते रहते हैं यहाँ पे।
To the
सबको तारीफ करने
wise,
का शौक
age
है बहुत
matters
ज़्यादा।
very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
अच्छा।
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned
Levioso
as an
सीखने वाले हम
unspeakable
लोग।
is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
तो हमको सीखना है लेवियोसो। तो हमने सीख लिया है लेवियोसो।
Levioso.
लेवियोसो।
Now, let's try something a little larger.
तो हमको एक डमी मिली है जिसके अंदर हमें ट्राई करना है अपना जादू लेवियोसो।
Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso
डमी भी हमसे ज़्यादा जादू
then the
जानता
basic
है।
cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Now, the
ओह
basic cast.
लेवियोसो से।
Well done.
ओह अच्छा।
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
तो हमें ड्यूल करना पड़ेगा।
Take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
ये बता दो देखो, अपने आप को ज़्यादा वो समझ रहा है ना, बताता हूँ अभी। जानता नहीं मुझे कौन है।
Nothing lucky about it.
लकी।
Can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
क्विक लर्नर है हम लोग, बहुत क्विक लर्नर है। क्या बात है, हो गया भाई। अरे हमने तो नीचे ही गिरा दिया।
Not bad for a beginner. You get
हमने
as
इसका
good as
नीचे
you
गिरा
get.
दिया। अरे अरे अरे, हम लोग जीत गए और वो चिढ़ के भाग गया है।
And you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor
तो Slytherin
Hecker.
के
Glad
अंदर
to
ही
have
है।
the opportunity to practice.
If what I demand
thank you.
excellence from my students. They are capable of... A classroom
और
duel is one thing.
मैं भी अचीव
But
करके
battling
दिखाऊंगा।
dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, again,
Okay.
well done today. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
इसी बिस्टन से बात करते हैं।
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice?
Good
Felt more
practice
like I was
अच्छी है।
dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so
शुक्रिया भाई।
deft with a wand. Then again.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know,
टैलेंट हम के
you
अंदर
might
बहुत
be
है,
a
हमारे अंदर
perfect
टैलेंट भाई।
fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your
हम
time
भी
at
सीखेंगे
Hogwarts, you're
और
going to
तेरे
need
से भी
to
अच्छा
break
बन
the
के
rules
दिखाएंगे,
now and then.
पूरे स्कूल से
Whether
अच्छा
it's
बन के
joining
दिखाएंगे।
a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the
सबसे
library,
ताकतवर विज़र्ड
you
बन के
just
दिखाएंगे,
have to be
पर
clever
अच्छे वे के
enough
अंदर।
not to get caught.
Thank
स्लिदरिन
you,
को
Sebastian. I'll keep
अच्छा
that in mind.
बनाएंगे।
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and
एक्चुअल
Brattleby
स्किल
near
है,
the clock
चल
tower
जा यहाँ से, भाग
entrance.
यहाँ से।
If you're interested.
नहीं,
Till next time.
चलो ठीक है। हम तब तक डमी के साथ डमी।
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
ये बंदा सही है भाई, तो लड़ना ही नहीं चाहता। कह रहे कि मैं तो दोस्ती के सहारे जीता हूँ अपने। कोई बात नहीं भाई, तुमसे नहीं लड़ रहे हम।
Lumos.
Huh. Always thought Leviosa was
किससे
for
बात करते हैं?
firsties. Not anymore.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
लड़की तो बेइज्जती कर रही है भाई। अब हम लोग 5वीं क्लास के अंदर सीधा आए हैं, तो हम लोग को बेसिक का तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा ना। पागल लड़की समझती नहीं है। तो चलिए इसी के साथ हम लोग इस एपिसोड या इस पार्ट को एंड करते हैं, और उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको ये पार्ट अच्छा लगा होगा। तो लाइक करना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना। तब तक के लिए दही बल्ले खाते रहिए, खुश रहिए और बाय बाय।